That's not bad for a cold, rainy day.
That's paid attendance. That's not actual people.
That's true. Sure enough. Well, a little bit of a slow start for you today, but your guys persevered. What do you think about their battle at the plate to finally break through there in the 7th?
Well, there wasn't a ton of energy in the ballpark because dreary, cold day, and not a ton of fans in the stands today. And I thought we were kind of on our heels a little bit. They did a good job. Obviously, kind of a fluke play, if you want to call it, with Brunson the ball. I thought he caught it, and the next thing you know, he jammed in the wall, and the ball went over the fence. So, I thought Lepore actually threw the ball okay. Kind of was his own worst enemy in terms of controlling his emotions a little bit, but they did a good job of the first inning, 3 ground ball base hits and first and third, and so playing from behind again 4-0, but then kind of breaking it open a little bit and getting back in the game. I thought the 2-run homer by Anthony after the drop pop-up was the difference in the game. That would have been the third out, and it would have been 4-0 still. And after that, I think the very next pitch, he hit a home run to make it 4-2. I thought that was the difference in the game. That and Braeden Sloan.
You talked about it yesterday with how they play against lefties, but with Braeden Sloan, it's been all season. What's kind of been the difference maker for him this year?
Well, Braden's, he's, I wouldn't classify him really as a lefty or righty. He's just different altogether. And, I think for us, the game plan was, when can we get to Sloan? And I just felt like, Tommy only probably had thrown 65 pitches or so, but I felt like they had 9-1-2, so it would have been the third time through the order, and getting Braeden in the game. And I thought, let me go back to my other point. I think besides the pop up and the homer, the other big part of the game was they get, terrible play by us in terms of nobody being at third base. They go first to third, and it's first and third, nobody out. When they bunted, and then we got a strikeout, we hit a guy, and then got another strikeout. So first and third, and bases loaded in that inning with less than 2 outs, and to get out of it with nothing, I think those 2 points in the game were pivotal for us to be able to come back and win.
You mentioned Tommy Laporte not really controlling his emotions on the mound. What are the biggest things when you're trying to keep your composure while you're pitching?
Well, you don't want to take the middle linebacker mentality out of people, because some people they really thrive on pitching with emotion. I think it's when you see a starting pitcher, for the most part, you don't see you see relievers a lot of time pitching on adrenaline, pitching on emotion. As a starter, you're out there for probably 100 pitches. So if you're pitching on emotion and adrenaline, you can get tired pretty quick, and you kind of have to be a little bit more even keel. So I think, to go back, I think, he's grown a ton in that area. But it's a matter of towing the line of too much or too little, and I think when he's at his best he's super confident and he relies on his breath. And when things aren't perfect, the first thing to go is you're thinking and about the results, and not so much about what gets you to those results. And so, baseball can be a super result-oriented game if you let it be. And I think our job as coaches is try to coach that into our players that, hey, we're going to try and be as consistent as we can by what we can control. And there are certain times, he threw a really good pitch. We had the shift on. The guy hit a backside double. What are you going to do? It's, but then the very next, it was first and third, nobody out, and we get a double play ball. So it's like, it's just the emotions of a college baseball game, is being able as a pitcher to be able to control them. And, there's certain times where, like when Braeden Sloan got out of that bases loaded jam, he come run off the mound like Braeden Sloan does, showing some emotion. But I think he's done a really good job. I think that's where he's grown too, is he's been able to understand when those times to let those emotions out and then get it back under control to be ready to go for the next pitch.
How much of the first 4 weeks of the season has been that kind of learning curve for such a young baseball team, where they're trying to figure out when to make their move, when to have those emotions, that kind of stuff?
Sure, I think it's different than high school baseball. It's different than a lot of these guys that played at other universities or didn't play at other universities, and to be here. And I think that's part of the challenge of having competitive greatness is being at your best when the game comes calling. And I think that's what you've seen from Sloan. You've seen that from other guys too. And I think the more that you can trust in the process of everything and not get so result oriented, it's amazing how much easier the game becomes. Sometimes us as human beings, we get caught up in, like everybody, we want to have the results. And this is a tough game to hang your hat on just the results. You could hit 4 balls on the button and go for 4, and everybody looks at it and says you had a bad day. Well, you actually had a great day. So can you have the mindset of, man, I had a great day, but I went 0 for 4. It's like that balance of knowing truly what wins baseball games over the course of a 56-game season. And I think that stems the ups and downs of college baseball, is trying to be able to understand, hey, you might play a really good baseball game, or you might personally play a really good baseball game, but it just didn't go your way that day. And being able to wash it and get to the next pitch or next day. For us, our challenge now is being ready to go tomorrow with an urgency to win tomorrow, now that this game is behind us. So.
No Noah Franco for the first 2 days of this series. Can we expect to see him tomorrow, or?
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk as a group, but we'll probably have, today was supposed to be a left-hander for them, a late scratch to go to the right-hander. So we had kind of designed our weekend around them going right, left, right. And so, with Noah, he's for sure going to throw out of the bullpen tomorrow. And, I think a lot of times, sometimes, sit and be able to evaluate and see some different things, and kind of what we did with Stroh, I think maybe in game 3 of the season. Just sat him for a day and then got him back in there. Same thing with Noah. It's a matter of, it's a long season, have an understanding. Sometimes it's really good to just sit, watch, and see how things go, and then be able to get back in there. And he's, like I said, it almost kind of reminds me a little bit of Cole Fontenelle in terms of, we're not going to go the places we want to go without a really good Noah Franco, among other people. But I think Noah, we have, a ton of faith in what he can do, and it's a matter of just knowing, picking and choosing the right spots, and looking forward to him getting back out there.
You just talked about Strauss Snyder hitting .545 with runners in scoring position this season. What is it about him that just gives him that clutch gene so far?
Well, I don't know. I think the thing that we've said it, and you're probably tired of me saying it, but he's swinging at strikes, and you see a lot less foul balls straight back to the net, right? Like, he was getting strikes before, putting pretty good swings on it, but those balls were going back against the net. Now all of a sudden he gets that one swing on that one pitch, and it's not going back to the net. It's going hit pretty hard. So, it's baseball's dumb. It really is. You can't try and figure it out. But what I do know about him is the cream's going to rise to the top. The talent's going to rise there, and it's a matter of trust in that. And he's been awesome with it. And he's put himself in positions to be able to get the pitch he's looking for, put the good swing on it, and now instead of it going to the backstop, it's going out to the outfield or the right field wall or wherever he's hitting them. So.
All right, Isaac, you had a big RBI single there in the 7th inning that helped you guys draw level. What was the key to today's game, starting out down 4-0 and then kind of grinding your way back?
First off, I just want to say all glory to God. Wouldn't be here without him, and of course my family, but I just wanted to give him a shout out. Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, of course. You guys started down 4-0 today. What was the key to kind of grinding it out and coming back?
Yeah, I've said it before, and coaches have said it many times, but our offense, we play 9 innings. We're super talented 1 through 9. We can be down in the first and battle, and end up winning the game. So we, like I said, just all 9 innings, just keep going, because eventually we're gonna strike back.
Not a lot of experience at first base before you came over here, but what's it been like for you so far this season over there in the corner?
At first, I was struggling a little bit. I think I'm getting used to it the more games I play over there. Like you said, I've never played first base before. Last time I played infield was like freshman year of high school, so it was tough at first, but I think I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable. Chucked a ball into the ground today, but hopefully we don't see much more of that.
You also had a nice pick and a couple nice reaches on some throws that were a little high. So
Trying to help the team.
you're helping out over there. Just talking, your approach at the plate is pretty impressive so far this year. You seem to have a really nice sense of what the strike zone has been throughout the season. Just talk about your approach at the plate and what you're seeing out there right now.
Yeah, I like to, when I get up there, less than a strike, I'm sitting one pitch, one spot, and then when I get a strike, it's kind of more one location, and then two strikes, just battle. Sometimes I go up there and I struggle with the approach, and then I find myself in a hole. So just trying to stick to that one approach, and I feel like I've been successful with that approach.
What's Mo's message been to you so far this season? I know you came over from Ohio State with him, so you've known him for a while.
Yeah, just right now I'm not really getting unlucky, but not really helping the team much. I mean, having some good swings, but good swings don't really help the team when you're not doing anything with them. So he's been kind of saying, keep going with it. Eventually they'll fall, eventually they'll get through. So just kind of keep going, feel good up there, but just keep staying with it.
We've asked some of the other infielders this question, but how has your relationship kind of developed with Anthony Silva, Cole Kramer, all of those other infielders, Griffin, Bell?
Yeah.
Just talk about that for a second.
Yeah, no, I think just not those guys, but as a team, I think we're all so close. But those guys especially, just because I'm out there battling with them, we're all got each other's back. Someone messes up, hey, I got you. Just kind of having each other's back and being there when things are up, everybody's good for you, but just trying to get back in the middle and everybody holding you to that. If you do something good, hey, great job. Do something bad, we pick you up right here. So I think as a group, I think the whole team, I think we're really close, and but yeah, those guys especially, I think we have a really good relationship.
What's it been like playing at Lupton since you guys have been back here?
Yeah, Lupton's awesome. I love it here. It's sick compared to last year. The fan support just unreal. So it's super fun being out there. The atmosphere, I love playing here.
Last one, we're going to see the pink glove this year.
That thing's not broken in, so probably not. I wasn't able to break that in. I was supposed to play outfield today, but that got scratched with the new pitcher. But yeah, I don't think you'll see that glove. It hasn't even been touched really.
What's life like for you, first base, when a guy like Braeden Sloan is on the mound? He's just dealing like he was today.
I'm pretty comfortable over there. He's got having to face him, one of the toughest at bats. He's unreal, especially lefty. Even the way he makes righties look. So I'm ready to make a play for him, but I have all the confidence that he's gonna get us through the inning, and if something happens, he's gonna keep going and be Braeden Sloan.
All right, Braeden, 5 strong innings today, 7 more strikeouts for you. Got out of a big jam there in the 7th as well. Just talk about what was working for you today and how you felt about your performance.
Yeah, I think the changeup's working every week. I think that's kind of just what I go to. I can go to it really in any count, but I think teams are starting to adjust, and so I think establishing the fastball's just big in terms of like getting them off the changeup and then having that third pitch I can land. Curveball wasn't for strikes as much as I would have liked, but that definitely helps kind of like throw the hitters off, and it's a different pitch to go to than the changeup.
First time this season you haven't pitched on a Friday, it's a Saturday. And now some pitchers are weird about their days they pitch. But what was it like today coming in after Tommy Lepore instead of Capen Parker?
Yeah, nothing really changes for me. I kind of just go in there and compete whatever day they call on me. So it's fun being in the bullpen. I got an extra day in the bullpen. Usually I'm not in there on Saturday, so it was a good time.
Los talked a moment ago about just your ability to manage your emotions and how you've grown in that regard this year. Just how fun is it for you to kind of let that emotion show at the end of a big inning or at the end of the game like in the ninth tonight?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Obviously adversity is not fun in the moment, but if you see it as an opportunity and you get out of those moments and see success in adversity, it's always good to let out a little emotion. Past couple of years haven't been great in managing them, and like Lo said, I've grown a lot, and so it's been nice to be able to put that all together and just see it work on the mound.
The offense was able to scrap back, get the lead for you.
Mm-hmm.
But what was it like kind of facing them this fall and that you learned from them, that you were able to trust they'd come back for you?
Yeah, the fall's tough because you face the same guys over and over, and especially our hitters. I'm like, man, I'm tired of these guys. Like, they're not swinging and missing. Every count's running deep, and so just seeing what they did this fall, I just always got a lot of confidence in them and know they can scrap and put together some runs when we need them.
What needs to happen tomorrow to come away with this weekend?
Yeah, I think just continue pounding the zone. In our scouting report, they said their guys, they don't strike out a lot, they don't walk a lot, they swing early in the count. So pound the zone, trust our stuff, and let them get themselves out, and then just trusting our approach at the plate and putting up, what we've been doing all weekend.
Last weekend before conference play starts, what have you learned the most about yourself and the team before y'all start next weekend?
Yeah, I think thus far, just the way I've been throwing, just really thankful. The Lord is the ultimate sustainer, and that's part of my prayer when I pray before every inning. Just keep sustaining me, sustain my health, success if that's in His will. And so I think just the way I've been throwing so far has just allowed me to have confidence going into conference play, just knowing that I can go out there and help my team win every time I'm out there.